This is from the Self-Tormentor by Terence, Act 1, Scene 3. That's it? That's it. Meantime, while we carved out our sentences, the women got lost in transit. Your woman's here. You hear that, Clinia? I hear at last. I see. I feel quite well. No wonder they're so loaded down, bringing that flocks of maids with them. Her maids? From where? You're asking me. It was wrong to leave them. What stuff they're lugging with them. Oh dear, oh dear. Gold trinkets, clothes, and now it's getting dark and they don't know the way. Stupid of us. Go ahead. Go back to meet them. Dromo, get a move on. Don't stand there. Oh dear me. What a letdown. Why so? What is it now? What torments you? You're asking me that question. The maids, the jewels, the clothes. Oh, when I left here, she had one servant girl. Where do you think she got the rest of that stuff? Oh, at last I get it. God, what a mob. I know this house of ours will hardly hold them all. And will they eat? And will they drink? Could anything be worse for our old man? But there come the young men. I wanted to see them. What of our trust? Oh, Jupiter, while I, because of you, straight off half mad in exile from my land, you made yourself well off. And Tefila, you left me in the lurch, in great distress, for whose sake I incurred the greatest blame and disobeyed my father. Now I'm sorry for him. I feel guilty. He used to harp on such women's habits to warn me off in vain. He never could drive me away from this one. But I'll do it now. But when it wouldn't have been gracious of me, I couldn't. No one could be worse off than me. I see. He went astray because of what he heard us saying over there. Clinia, your girl, is quite different from what you are thinking. Her life is the same, her idea of you the same it was, as far as we can judge from first-hand evidence. And what is it? I'd rather think more than anything that I suspected her wrongly. So you can know each point in turn. The old woman, alleged to be her mother formerly, was not, and she is dead. I heard Aunt Tefila telling the other girls so on the way to her house just by chance. What other girl? Wait. Clitifo. I'll get to that after I finish telling what I started to. Well, hurry up. Well, when we first arrived at their house, Dromo knocked hard at the door. An old woman came up and opened it, and he burst in, and I was right behind him. The old woman bolted the door again and went back to her work. So in this way, if in no other, Clinia, you'd know how carefully she looked after her life in your absence. When you suddenly break in on a woman who doesn't expect you, you have a good chance then to estimate the way of life daily habit prescribes for almost everyone's behavior. We found her working hard at her weaving, modestly clad in black, and I suppose that old woman's death was the reason. No jewels, gotten up in the manner one dresses for oneself, no fancy garb of the worst sort women wear to lead you on, her hair let down and tossed back carelessly around her head, but that's enough of that. Cyrus, go on. Don't leave me in suspense about my happiness. Well, the old woman was working at her loom. One servant girl was working there beside her, clothed in rags, untidy, unlooked after. If all this is true, as I believe it is, Clinia, can anyone be luckier than you? That girl, he said was so untidy, unlooked after. That's a good indication of how beyond reproach your mistress is, whose go-betweens are handled carelessly. The system is for those who would approach the mistresses to pay out money first to their attendants. Go on, please. But don't you try to get in good with me. What did she say when you mentioned my name to her? When we said you were back and wanted her to come to you, your mistress stopped her weaving at once. Her face became flooded with tears. It happened, rest assured, for love of you. I'm so happy. I don't know where I am. The gods love me, and I was so afraid. I told you it was nothing, Clinia, but now it's my turn, Cyrus. What about the other girl? We've brought Bacchus along. You have? Brought Bacchus? Brought her where? You character. Where else but to our house? My father's? One and the same. You've got some nerve. Well, after all, no daring deed is done, no great move made without taking some risks. But look here, you devil, are you looking for fame by throwing my life in the balance? You make the slightest slip, and I'm done for. What would you do to him? I meant. Meant what? I'll tell you if I get a chance. Give him the chance. All right, Cyrus, go on. As the situation now stands, it's rather as if... What's this long story he's starting out now to tell me? Hell with it, he's right, Cyrus. Lay off, get to the point. But really, I can't keep quiet. You're so unfair to me. Clitopho, in so many ways, you're hard to get along with. We ought to hear him out, by Hercules. So just be still a moment. You want to be in love. You want to get your girl. You want the money you give her to be made up. You don't want to take risks to get her. You're not wise foolishly, of course. If it is wise to want something that cannot be, you either take the risks along with the blessings or let the blessings go, and with them the pitfalls. So take a look at which of these alternatives you want. But still, I know the plan I found is right, and a safe one. For at your father's house, you have the chance to be with your mistress without worry. The money you promised her, I'll find the same way I planned to at first. You've made me deaf in both ears, asking me to bring it off. Can you want something else? If only this works out. If only? Try it. Then you'll see. All right. Let's have your plan. What is it? We pretend that your mistress is Clinia's. Oh, great! So what will he do with his own? Will she be called his too? And as if the one were not disgrace enough. Oh, no, she'll be whisked off to your mother. Why, there. It's a long story, Clitopho. If I tell you why I want to do that, I have a good question. Oh, what nonsense. It's not solid enough for me to think I won't be nervous. Wait, if you're nervous, I have another scheme you'll both admit it is not risky. I wish you could hit on something like that. Exactly. I'll meet Bacchus and tell her to go right back home. I meant, what did you say? I'll see that your worries are all removed and you can sleep soundly on either ear. Oh, let's see. What shall I do? You do. When something good... Cyrus, just tell me. Just do what I tell you, or you will wish you had too late today and hopelessly. Is offered to take the pleasure. Well, you can. You can't tell. Cyrus, I mean, you may mean, but I intend to do it. When a chance like this will come your way again, if ever. By Hercules, you're right, Cyrus. Hey, Cyrus, I mean, don't go. He's warming up. Did you want something? Want something? Hey, Cyrus, come back. Come back. I'm right here. Tell me what you want. You'll soon say you don't like this plan either. Oh, no, Cyrus. I trust you with myself, my love, and my good name. You be the judge, but don't do something I will be blamed for. It's foolish, Clitopho, to caution me on that subject as if my own interests were less at stake than yours. If things go wrong somehow for you there, and are hard words in store, but for this man hard blows, so this affair is not one I intend to take lightly, but ask him to pretend that she is his. Of course I'll do that. What it comes down to is that we have to. No wonder I like you, Clinia. But don't let her spill the beans. She's too clever for that. I'm quite amazed at how you could get her to come along with you so nicely. She handles her lovers firmly. What lovers, too? I got to her at the right time, which is of first importance. I came across an army officer there begging her to spend the night with him. Beside himself with longing, she was handling the fellow skillfully and put him off to keep his eager heart flaming and earn your thanks for her efforts. But watch it. And don't do something rash. You know how quick your father is to catch on to these things, and I know how impetuous you are. Suppress those sighs, those looks over the shoulder, those double-meaning phrases, those throat clearings and come-on coughs, and those giveaway smiles. You'll praise my conduct. Oh, see that you deserve it. You'll marvel at me, you yourself, how fast the women are in following us here. Where are they? Why are you holding me back? She's not yours any longer. Yes, I know. As soon as she is in my father's house, but meanwhile now, and no more now. Give in. I won't give in. A tiny bit. I forbid it. And just to say hello. If you're smart, you'll depart. I'm off, but what about him? He'll stay. Lucky man. Start walking.